Hey, what's up? Dillio coming to you again. I had to do another follow-up video with the Open Labs Miko. And this is going to be a short video because what I'm going to do is just play a few sounds that are on here. And basically this is a PC. So it's going to sound like a PC basically. And before I returned it back to my buddy, I just wanted to take a moment to kind of just make some sound because it's pretty cool. So the cool thing is that this already had Massive installed, and so basically I just loaded up my Khemikals preset library and I installed it on here. Now here are some of the challenges. As you can see, the lights here are flickering. I'm not quite sure what this issue is. And I just want to give a shout out to those who actually came and commented on the other video who still have Open Labs. I heard stories about, man, I wish I hadn't spent that money on this thing, or I still have it, I still use it. There's a lot of great comments out there that were really cool, and I thought they were pretty awesome as far as their experiences with this. So thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences with this. And so what I'm going to do is just try to make a little bit of noise, nothing too fancy, just to check it out and to see what's going on. I think every Open Labs Miko has a story. So what I could tell from this previous owner, they had a lot of stuff on here. I didn't see FL Studio on here, but I did see some other plugins and other samples. So I may not do a re-image, but I might just grab these samples that are on here. You know, sometimes a previous user will leave a nice gift behind, and there's definitely some sounds on there. There are definitely some Track God sounds on here. So this user was a Track God user and had a really nice unit. I definitely could recommend upgrading this, but you know, that's a big investment of time and resources. This isn't my keyboard, so I'm not going to mess with it. I actually would just ask to see if I can make some sound with it. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to play you a little bit of sound. This is the Snap Funk bass. So, you know, it definitely plays sounds. Now, the issues that I have with this, like the touch screen will let me click, but the calibration is still off, and I can't really easily find the app that helps you recalibrate this. But the cool thing is that this copy of Massive is compatible with my preset library, so I was able to kind of go in here and grab a few sounds and stuff like that. Like I got like this movie mode, so I can open that up and you know, just some sounds like that. Let's go ahead and open up the Sunset Pad, which is like my favorite preset from this library I did a while ago. And I still make beats with this presets because it's just some of my favorite sounds. And it's a pretty cool device. I mean, I really like the color. I mean, most keyboards are like black, so the only thing other keyboards you might see that might be in this Chord, like that Nord Virus, I think. If you know of any other keyboards that have a white paint job, let me know in the comments below. So this is Sunset. Like one of my favorite sounds, and this unit is able to process it pretty good. I really like that. So a little bit of a run through this. So the MIDI keyboard, I couldn't get the MIDI keyboard to work. I think there are some driver issues right there, and there's like a pop-up screen that said that this is not working. I'm quite sure there's another driver, so that wasn't really quite working there. The Firebox, which is the audio interface that's connected to this unit, actually works pretty good. The knobs and stuff like that, I'm not quite sure if I can customize that. Let's see if I can customize that real quick. So I'm going to right click on here, go MIDI learn. I'm going to turn a knob, and obviously this isn't responding whatsoever. Same thing with these faders here, they're not responding. So I think there's a big driver issue internally that needs to be repaired. However, the touchpad and mouse work, and the USB ports in the back works, which is how I was able to load in my presets onto this unit to play that. And since I couldn't control it with this keyboard, I just used my other keyboard here and just MIDI'd in on the back. So I was able to MIDI in and just playing like that, and it works pretty good. So, you know, you got a disk drive back there, USB drive in the back. So ultimately, this is a really cool concept, and I would have liked to see this kind of concept work before, but I could see how, even though the cool factor may be a 10, the long game or practicality would probably be a 1 or 2, because think about it, you have this keyboard for like 5-10 years and there's so many moving parts. You got to switch out, and then the screen, you know, and this screen right here, this dates the keyboard, because this screen is actually a 4:3 ratio screen, and most screens today, even on our phone, are at a ratio of 16:9 or beyond that, and more of a rectangular display. So just imagine trying to run Windows on a 4:3 display. We've been running 16:9 ratios for the last, I don't know how many years, but it's been a while. But otherwise, just having everything right there, and you know, this kind of harkens back to the hardware days of making music, where everything is right in front of you. Your keyboard is right there in front of you, and that screen is right there in front of you. There's no distraction. There's something freeing, and I think that can make you be more creative with more restraint. Having less technology sometimes can make you more creative. I know in between times when my computer was down and I was just trying to do all hardware between this Phantom and this MPC, there are certain creativities that were drawn out of me because of that, because it was just a cool concept and everything was right there in front of you. Everything was immediate. You have to worry about drivers, and have to worry about plugins. But obviously the sound qualities and the little bit of sound was limited, but the fun factor and immediately and the urgency of everything happening at the same time was very very fun. So that's my little follow-up review on this. I just wanted to show off this nice hot rod of a keyboard. It's a classic vintage piece, and this is a great bookmark in the history of music technology for music producers and artists, because the concept was really amazing. And you could almost see, this is a prediction, and let me know what you think about this in the comments. You could almost see a Kai running with this kind of concept and doing it to where you have an MPC inside of a keyboard situation. But the only drawback to that is that for it to be fully standalone, they probably have to upgrade the processor and the hardware, and you really have to have some plugins that are built into this thing that can compete to what's out there. And while this does have some great plugins on here, and I imagine they're going to keep growing that concept, it still doesn't compete with the kind of plugins and kind of flexibility that we have out there on most computer hardwares. Of course, the processor on here, you can only do so much with it, but just imagine an MPC with this kind of framework built into a keyboard. I think that would be a cool concept. What do you think about that? I'm just going to make that loose prediction, and you never know what Akai has up their sleeves. They just dropped the MPC-1 and all that, so you never know what can come next. So before I try and dive too much into this, try to repair this thing and put a lot of time in this thing, I just wanted to crack it open and just get some more of you guys' thoughts on this unit before I return it. Definitely, it was a dream come true to have it. However, at this stage, I can't even use it that much. I can use it as a sound device and play VST plugins as a standalone thing, but just the size and weight factor compared to a new gaming laptop, you just can't compare with it. So if I were to advise you as far as investing in something, I would rather you want something portable, just get a gaming laptop and a good MIDI controller. You can run all your stuff on there. You might have room for expandability and portability. Like I said, this is like 2004 standard portable, you know, and this is before Khemikals goes down. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more. Got a lot more stuff on here. If you like this kind of video, leave a like, hit the subscription button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, I'm out. Peace.
Dillio on the track.